All right, what's good, YouTube? Today, all right, so we're going to talk about some Antonio Brown. We're going to talk about Bill O'Brien. We're going to talk about the Texans. They're trading away players. We're going to talk about Derrick Henry versus Lamar Jackson. Who got the speed? Who got those feet? All right, all that after my awesome intro.
I run through the pack like I'm Derrick Henry. Nigga want you like Ben Simmons. I catch a play, got the stick with me. I'm in that late.
All right, so let's get into it. So we're going to talk about, first I want to start off with this conversation that's been going on because somebody, some scientist, some guy out there with one of those police car speedometer things didn't put the speed on Lamar Jackson's run against the Eagles and then Derrick Henry's run against the Texans. Now, we all know that Lamar Jackson is fast, and we all know that Derrick Henry, dude, as big as he is with that speed, it takes him a little second to get going, but once he gets going, he picks up speed, and you're not stopping him. So these are the numbers that got brought up to us. So Lamar Jackson reached 21 miles per hour with a little 0-1 at the end of it, like I said, against the Eagles, and then Derrick Henry reached 21.62. Now, when you first hear that, you're like, what? That's crazy. And do I believe that Lamar Jackson is faster than Derrick Henry? If you put them both on a track, probably just by sheer weight, Derrick Henry probably would not beat him, but it could be close. And when you talk about the power behind that speed, you would prefer that on the football field any day. Now, we know the numbers say, but hey, numbers don't lie. So we might have to give that one to Henry because the numbers don't lie. And I'm going to take the Titan all day. So, yeah. All right, so I want to talk about Antonio Brown, who is on his way back into the NFL. We knew this was going to happen. Nobody picked him up last year, but we all was like, come on. He's just too good, still in his prime. He might come back in the game rusty, but we all know he can come in and he'll take the top off of any defense. So now the Seahawks are probably going to get him, I'm not going to lie, because they've been linked to him since last year. And they could use a little bit more help because Russell Wilson running out for his life out there every game, who is playing really good right now. But also the Ravens and the Patriots and the Bears probably are interested. I could see him going to the Ravens because him and Lamar Jackson do kind of have some little bro relationship, so that I wouldn't be surprised. And Lamar Jackson does need another receiver, but honestly, I prefer to see him go to the Seahawks because we don't need any more weapons in the AFC. No more. You know what I'm saying? I hope the Seahawks get him because I know the Titans are going to get him. Would I like to see him come in? Yeah, we'll have 2 Browns out there. That would be cool, right? But I just know it's not happening, especially with the way our culture is. Like, we probably not bringing in anybody with like that. We didn't bring in no Kaepernick or nothing. So, we didn't even bring in Cam. So I don't think we're going to bring in anybody who, nah, it's not happening. But did you guys hear the report? So I don't know who leaked it, but I've been seeing it everywhere that Bill O'Brien is linked to the Titans to become an offensive coordinator if Arthur Smith gets a head job, which is probably likely. I don't know where he would go, but if you look at how good the Titans been playing all year, I would not be shocked to see somebody pick them up, which I probably am going to miss them because, when you have a scheme so dedicated to offensive coordinator hands, sometimes it could unbalance the offense when you bring in somebody new and try to implement a new scheme. But he was a winner with the Texans. His record with the Texans, he was 52-48. And in his 6 seasons there, he went to the postseason 4 times. Even though he only won twice, he's a winner. He can win games. He can coach. And he can call plays. So would I open him up? Sure. Yeah, come on. If you help us win, I don't care anything about your past. Yes, I did disagree with him trading away D-Hop and, question some of his, coaching, his GM decisions. But we're not asking him to be a GM. We're asking him to come in and run the offense. So I think he can do that, and we'll see what happens. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. All right, speaking on the Texans, so it's been reported that they are trading all their receivers. They're getting rid of all of them. If you want them, you can have them. They're not playing good. They don't look good. They already traded away their best receiver. Deshaun Watson's out there trying to make everything happen on his own. So, yeah, I don't really see us taking any receivers. I know I'm talking about a lot of receivers that we're not going to get, but just want to put it out there because we possibly could, but it's not going to happen. So, they got Will Fuller and Kenny Stills, who will be unrestricted free agents. Yeah, we're not getting them. And when you really think about it, trying to trade these guys away, I mean, there's not one receiver on there that really stands out. It's like, oh, we need to trade a pick or a player to get him. There are teams out there that need receivers, but like I said, with Antonio Brown on his way back into the NFL, I'm just not sure if one of their receivers are a receiver that I would look more of like maybe hitting up the Cowboys for Michael Gallup, who's on his way to get paid next year, especially with them drafting CeeDee Lamb. And I'm not really sure that I would go to the Texans for a receiver. I mean, the one that anybody would want, you guys don't have anymore. So, also they have Randall Cobb, who was signed through 2022, and then Brandon Cooks, who they just got, who was signed through 2023. So if you was to get one of those guys, it would probably be either Randall Cobb or Brandon Cooks. That'll probably be a whole lot easier to trade just because of the contract. But then again, like I said, I don't see anybody really wanting those guys. I mean, you see what they were able to get. I mean, they didn't give up too much for them to get them from the Rams. So, we'll see. Yeah. But, I mean, they have to do that because they're trading because they have no first-round picks. But if they do want to trade somebody, I would start with J.J. Watt. I know J.J. Watt is like the ultimate Houstonian, or whatever the word would be for people who are, like diehard Houston people. I would trade J.J. Watt, and I would love to see if the Seahawks would pick up Antonio Brown, because then if they do decide to trade J.J. Watt, they probably won't go after him. I actually would like to see J.J. Watt with the Titans. He'll be back with his one of his former teammates, which is Davian Clowney. I don't know, man. Maybe Bill O'Brien come in and be like a little Texans reunion with Vrabel. I don't know. But I would love to see J.J. Watt on the Titans. I'm just saying. Hey, if you guys want to trade J.J. Watt, but I don't think we wouldn't trade anybody except for Kamala Correa. But, All right, so we're just going to go over the AFC South standings just to end the video. So, of course, we know the Titans are in first place, 5-0, baby. Then the Colts 4-2, and the Texans and Jags are both losing with 1-5 records. So, yeah, we're beating the AFC South right now, number one. But, yeah. So, thanks for watching the video. Please like, please subscribe. God bless, and tighten up.